What is up, risk takers? Welcome to the Kill Pete strategy. I am Pete. I am a top player in Risk, Global Domination. A daily release on YouTube. I do weekday streams on Twitch, at least for now. If you are interested in getting better at the game of Risk, I invite you to subscribe to the channels and come along the ride with me. Ladies and gentlemen, repeat here. We are going to be doing a review for Map Master Mondays. Unfortunately, there are 4 maps in the game that you cannot play. I've had the joy of playing them, and I hope I one day will have the joy of playing them again. This is the first of the 4. This is Moscow, and our buddy, Risky Phil, has been kind enough to give me permission to do a game review on the settings we're using for the series. This is Moscow Simple.
Hey guys, this is Phil. This is my lunch break. I play every Tuesday and Thursday at 11:30 Central. Started a little early today. I'm actually playing a mode and method I've never played before, playing 6-player progressive on regular Moscow.
6-player progressive, eh? So this is the smallest of the 4 maps. There's Moscow, Moscow Advanced, Russia, and Russia Advanced. And let's go. We're going to get into it right away. This is Phil. I recommend you check out his channel. Phil is a friend of mine. He's also fantastic. Really, I've always been a fan of Phil. I've always loved his energy. I can't speak highly enough of Risky Phil. So we are doing Moscow Advanced. Moscow Simple. Phil starts in the first seat. Spud says, Moscow Advanced was so good, I miss running the loop. I love this map. I love the advanced one. I love the one with more territories. So this is how the game used to look. Let's do a time of recording. This video was 3 years ago. Okay. I believe when Ukraine was invaded, was more or less the time that the 2 Moscow and the 2 Russia maps were removed from the game. We can talk about that at some point. Right now, we're just going to do a map analysis. So here are your bonuses. And one of the things about this is you never actually got to know their names. At least I couldn't because I can't read Cyrillic. But we have a +2, a +3, a +2, a 2, a 3, a +4 in the middle, +2, a 3, a 2, and a single +1 bonus. But I think it is 2 territories, right? Or is that a 1 territory +1? We definitely don't have that anymore. No, it's a 2. Okay, 2 territory +1 on the bottom left. Okay, so Phil is grouped with 7s and a 4. This is a really good prog open. All right, we're playing as blue in the first seat. Really good prog open. The only thing I might like to see is maybe a little bit more distance between these 2 positions. Either consolidate those and add to that, or create an additional position. We also see our magenta opponent take a bonus turn 1, and it kind of looks like green is about to do the same thing. Do we see them roll 5e2 in the top? Yes, we do. Green also takes a bonus. This will put Phil on the back seat if he doesn't take a bunch. Where would Phil's best chance for a bonus be? Here. It would be here, I think. Okay, looks like red gonna roll 7v3, take the +1. See, +1s never really interest me. I always find +1s to be kind of, underwhelming. But hey, red's the type of guy who takes 2 bonuses in the first turn, and that's different. So, removes the green exterior. Green is now in 2 positions. Red is in 2 as well, because that makes their position contiguous on the left-hand side. Paying attention to the connections, right? The Moscow maps have this ring of territorial connections around the outside. So you could use them to get around very quickly. Spud says at this point in the history of Risk, and SMG Magenta, aka Pink, might still be named Bubblegum. Yellow says, fuck you, Green, I'm breaking your shit, which is good for Magenta and good for Red. Oh, never mind. Yellow says, I'm going to be the board police. I remember how these games used to go. You used to see a lot more board police before some schmuck on YouTube taught everyone how to play progressive. I love not only that I found a live game on all of these maps that I can review, but also the fact that this one is specifically the settings we're using for the series. Free-for-all progressive Uldom, 6-player, nothing fancy, no fog, blitz, portals, alliances, balance, blitz, dice. Black takes the +4 in the middle. So why would the middle? It's a 3 territory +4 in the middle. It's actually quite OP as long as you can hold it. I think Phil takes a bonus turn too. I think he sees which way the wind is blowing, and he says, I'm going to involve myself in the bonus taking a little bit. I think my 7 on the top right is fine. And he rolls 10v2. This is pre-slider. No, the slider exists. Okay. Don't know if it'd be called bubblegum then, if the slider still exists. We have to figure out what the order of operations for all the previous updates were. But yeah, there's Phil. There's Phil taking a bonus, playing very well so far. I would have done pretty much exactly what he's doing. He's in the first seat, so he has initiative. I think things will go very nicely for our hero of the story. Okay, Magenta is in a single position. They risk a 3v1 instead of a 5v1, which they had, which is a tell that they're not very good. They just hope to hold their bonus. I figure green retaliates on yellow. No, not with that 7. Green breaks black. All right, so we see some more bad neighbor. This is a +4. I can't allow that. Certainly not. Oh, yeah. Hey, remember you used to be able to see your opponent's stats in game? You want to talk about a terrible decision? There's one guy on the fucking subreddit who still has like an absolute hard-on about bringing that back. And like, if you want to think about how to ensure that grandmasters get targeted, this is a great decision that we no longer can see your player stats in games, right? If you want to ensure people just make Smurf accounts, you do something like this. However, I would like to also comment on a design choice that was a negative, particularly for content creation. You see how here we can... Yeah, all these players suck. You see how here we can see the active player's name, whose turn it is? This would be absolutely great for not only ranked play, but also tournament specifically. I think bringing back the... I love how I choose to highlight it in the moment that Phil doesn't show it. Bringing back the player name front and center would go leaps and bounds towards helping us create, well-known personalities in the game. Okay, and red breaks blue. So everyone got broken except for Magenta. Magenta's the only player who's held. So we got more. You see how the default is bad neighbor. I missed the name bottom mid. Oh yeah, it said bubblegum in the menu. Nice. Yeah, it did. Magenta was called bubblegum. Might have been around a lot longer than me. He knows shit I ain't even dreamed of. So now Phil's debating. Well, what do I do about red? Right, if red's gonna break me, there's probably no sense in trying to guard with 4s. Yellow retakes. So now my instinct is that Phil will not retake the bonus. Maybe he does, but I wonder how he plays it. I think staying out of trouble is the name of the game, particularly in the first seat. Yellow's in a single position. Everyone's kind of middle of the pack. The overall troop count is quite low. That plus the small map makes the prog kills very easy. Black retakes their bonus. Black only has 2 5s and 4 in the middle of the board. He's all in on that middle position. All right, what do we see from Phil? Doesn't retake? Yeah. You know, it's always nice to see someone you like and respect playing the exact way you would play it. I figured sitting down watching Phil play Prog, he would do almost exactly what I would do. And so far, he's playing this game exactly how I would have played it. So that's nice. Pete, is there a way to see competitions coming up? Yes, there is. If you go to friendsofrisk.com/calendar, I'll link it in the chat right now. Friendsofrisk.com/calendar, you can see which Risk tournaments signups are open and sign up for them if you so choose. And I wish you all the best of luck, my friend. What map is this? Yes, this is a map you're not allowed to play. It happens to be politically controversial. The fact that the city of Moscow exists might hurt someone's feelings. And so we've decided in our infinite wisdom that we are going to remove it from a video game related to maps to reduce the amount of enjoyment that everyone in the world has by just a tiny bit while sending a message about a very righteous message about that we don't like war, folks. I just want to say I would like to stand up for this as well. I do not like war. I play a video game. I like peace. I like love. Right? And I think there are ways to send that message without reducing the total amount of fun that everyone is having. However, we see green take 2 bonuses now, and we shall see if they get addressed. Phil, I think, was wise to not hold or not try and retake the second bonus. You think we can get it back now that we have better comms with SMG? That's actually a good point. Spud. If you would petition that, I would second the motion. I think having access to more content instead of creating new would just be fine. These maps are great. This is actually, probably the weakest of the 4. We're starting off slowly. I think yellow. My gut here tells me yellow loses, or yellow or black lose first. Phil's in an okay way, right? He does have a bonus, but he has 2 large positions about as far apart from each other as you can. It's a very classic 2-position play. And he's kind of just sussing out his opponents, trying to be like, okay, I can see their stats, so if I break, will I get sued? And yellow breaks red. All right. How hard? We see 9v6 here? Yeah, we do. Okay. We see 4v1 there as well? No. Harold Longshanks, flying the flag of the Holy See. Thinks they connect, tries to fortify the 4 in, and it doesn't. Yeah, and then misses fortify. But in all of the hullabaloo, black actually holds his bonus in the middle. So black holding that bonus once makes it a lot more likely that black is going to hold that bonus again. Because all he needs to do is chip out and keep those interior stacks nice and juicy. Big stacks. All right, turn 4 for Phil. Takes an easy take on black. We have an asymmetric spread, but we keep the same distance. Yeah, there's no safe place for that 8 now, right? If it sits here, it threatens green. If it sits here, it threatens magenta. It's kind of stuck. I mean, maybe you even think about taking a bonus without guarding it. Just do a threat guard, sit on the territory he's on, but I'm happy with that. Phil doesn't feel like it's safe to try and hold anything, and he doesn't have a set on 4. All right. So he really needs both positions to hold. Magenta takes an adjacent bonus. What piece is missing this? Is this island part of that bonus? I'm guessing. Must be. Green held 2, so green's at 26 troops, magenta's at 30. Yeah, Phil's starting to fall behind not holding bonus now, so he is, I bet you he is going to take here. But maybe not 40 troops into it. Maybe he doesn't use a guard stack, he uses a threat guard or something. I feel like once the sets start to come in, we'll see really large haymakers on breaks. Right, in the early game, there was some jockeying for position. Early game, a bit more chaotic in Prague, but now we are still seeing a little bit of good neighbor. Yellow took red's bonus. Yeah, they stole it. They stole it. They went for the Australia of this map. Yeah, green chooses an easy take. And red on 13 troops and no bonus. So red looks like the fish. They're going to retaliate on yellow. I betcha. Or retake. All right, looks like someone kills red. I don't know that red gets to trade. Even Phil could do it if he was feeling frisky. It's probably too early for that to be good. Wouldn't shock me if yellow kills red. Yellow and red have kind of gone to attrition on the left-hand side, which is leaving a bit of a vacuum for this 12 to mop up. Maddie says, if the motherland is Russia and Germany is the fatherland, which country would be Baby Shark Land? I don't know. Which country is the least classy? Okay. 13 to 18 for yellow. And a set. This is where red dies. Red loses the game here. Yellow's going to kill them. Yeah. And not set. So yellow's also going to be the fish. Oh, nope. Splits doesn't take the kill. Had 100% kill. Didn't take it. Okay. Feeds it. Feeds it to black. Black takes it here for sure. Yep. Lol. And we lose yellow. I mean, Phil had been smart to stay out of the way, but I'd be a little scared right now about magenta or bubblegum. Should we start calling it bubblegum? What do you think? All right, so that gets the 6. Trades going up early is actually kind of scary for Phil because he needs 2 turns to get a trade or to line up a kill, which would work. Black goes back to the middle now, I bet, and sits on 5 cards. Yeah. Okay, so this is a bit of a tricky turn. I think take the bonus for Phil. Yeah, and try to have... He takes one of the 2 bonuses. But you don't guard it. Yeah, you just line up on the kills. Line up on the yellow kill. Yeah, I like that. I like that just fine. Also, not taking this territory. Oh, we get an extra death screen. Not taking this territory leaves black actually not having a ton of access to one of Phil's 2 positions, which is also very important to protect him from kills. When can we expect Florida Man to break his first bonus? Well, I know Phil's not from Florida. If you're speaking about me, what would I do in this situation? I think I'd wait to trade, and I'd probably make a kill, though, depending on who has troops. But, like, the only players on 5 cards are actually going to have too many troops. So maybe we just hold 2 positions, and make kills in the second sequence. It's going to be more what it looks like this game is going to be. Unless yellow. Yellow's the fish, right? If we can kill yellow, we do. When I plan to move at the end of the summer. Planning to move, announcing it to YouTube, folks. I'm planning to move to Florida. So I'm going to have to sort out my immigration. If anyone has expertise in that regard, their advice would be very welcome. My girl's an American, and she got herself a gig in Naples, Florida. So she can work, no problem. I obviously don't want to mess around. So in lieu of flying home, shooting a bunch of YouTube and streaming when I'm here and then not streaming when I'm in Florida, I would like to get my visa application at least started so I can stream in the United States. Welcome to Florida, bro. I'm in Cape Coral. Fuck yeah, man. I'm so excited to actually get it done, but it's going to be a bunch of steps. And I really don't want you guys to lose out on the frequency at which I'm able to stream. But if it ends up being that I can still stream, but I can't monetize the stream, I might do that, right? I don't know what exactly the regulations around working are, and I'm, as I said, not remotely interested in, not complying with people who can immediately determine that I have to get the fucking boot out of the country, right? Dr. Riss says, marry her. Well, I tried that already, and I don't know. I don't know if they say second time's a charm, but what happens with any residual income? What do you mean, residual income? Obviously, the channel's going to operate, but I won't be doing any work, right, when I'm there until it would be legal for me to do so. Dayback says, I've family in Miami and Clearwater. Miami, I've never been. I've only been to the Gulf side. I've been to Orlando as well. So yellow does a little breaky, black does a little breaky, but black doesn't actually kill. So this is a mistake we see players make very frequently, where they have advantage, and instead of continuing to maintain it in prog, they end up losing the equity. So Phil does live to trade. We're at 40 troops. We are close to the troop leader. I think Phil could have gotten the black kill here. He chooses not to. Phil also could have gotten the magenta kill here. Chooses not to. Both of which are 5-card kills. Maybe there was an opportunity for a Domino's win there that turn. Yeah, she is a U.S. citizen. Yeah, that's right, Spud. So that part of the story, at least for her, is totally sorted. But, Pete's in this relationship solely for the American offspring he can create. I'm in this relationship because I happen to really enjoy the company of a very beautiful woman who I care for. However, the dollars and cents, still matter. I want to live on the ocean. I want to live somewhere warm. Happy for you. Thank you, man. Yeah. I love where I live. Toronto's beautiful. I have family here. I have friends here. It's very bittersweet. I'm sharing this with all of you people on YouTube and on Twitch. I need a lot of help. I feel a bit overwhelmed. I'm going to have to rent out my home. Don't think I'm going to sell it yet. We're going to go for a year, see if we like it, sort of thing. This is ranked. Is this ranked? This was ranked. We're watching a review of a Phil game. Okay, so it's all heating up now. Magenta takes their second bonus back. I'm a little bit surprised that yellow's still alive. Thank you, Maddie. Appreciate it. Bitcoin Church says, what a good citizen you are, getting permission from the ruling class to cross an imaginary line and do work. Don't be one of those evil people who try to do it without permission, or the ice Nazis. We'll get you. Yeah. I hear you, man. It is I'm under no illusion that the rules of the game we play are fair, but I think of myself as a pragmatist, so I would like to obey the rules that either make sense and I respect, or I have no alternative but to. Right? Whereabouts in Florida? Naples, Florida. A journey begins with one step. We're starting out. I got to tell you guys, I feel quite overwhelmed by the amount of things I have to do. I have no experience with Airbnb either. I'm thinking probably Airbnb over a longer term rental, just so that it helps offset some of the carrying costs of my home, but I can still fly back here to shoot video and stream. Okay. Yellow on 3. Yellow certainly dies here. I don't think yellow can survive again. I think Phil will kill them. Okay, black's going to mix it up. The set is now 20. Does black kill someone? They can pretty much kill anyone they want because they're in the center of the board with open stacks. Looks like they do kill yellow. But in order to do it, no, they get an easy kill on yellow, but yellow doesn't set them here. So I'm going to kill yellow and then retract back to the middle. Bitcoin Church says, unfortunately, I feel compelled to follow most of the rules as well, even when they are just unjust. Yeah, I mean, this is the situation we find ourselves in, right? We don't have to assent to rules that we don't respect, but we might have to obey them. You can get citizenship easy enough. I wouldn't stress it. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I hope so. I would assume I could, but recent events might have changed things. I'm going to try. Once you move to Florida, you will be recruited amongst the greatest of men. What does that mean? Every country enforces their border. Yeah. He's not really talking about that. He's talking about what I gathered that Bitcoin Church was talking about was just that the general level of rules that exist kind of to benefit the elites at the expense of the average people. Were you just breaking some black? This is just soft breaking? We're not killing his Phil. We have to kill it. Okay, we kill in a future turn. We break in the least offensive possible way. Okay. So the next time we can... I think this is very risky for Phil. I think at least he's got a joker. I think he's on the line now for being the fish. Hello, Ronaldo. Hello, Mr. Ronaldo. What is this? What is this risk game we play? Are you going to get eaten by a gator, Ronnie? We're going to have to be very careful about how we let you outside, sir. I don't want anyone eating Ronaldo. He's a good kitty. Jesus Steve says, you've been deep sea fishing, Pete? No, never. Gulf Coast of Florida has some wonderful tuna and red snapper charters. That's a wonderful idea. I would love to do that, dude. I'd love to make my own sashimi. Oof. Wouldn't that be something? All right, we know we have a set. Has Green bought it? Dude, I think you'll enjoy Florida weather. Two things will need to prep your humidity. No, Toronto's nice and humid. I've been to Florida. I'm ready for that part. I like hot and humid. And hurricane season, yeah, I don't know how I would ever prepare myself for the latter. How would you? I think just, when they're calling for real danger, get the fuck out, right? Human does love his hot. I love it. Way more humid? Yeah, it's about as humid as it gets. I don't know. You ever been to Toronto? It gets pretty fucking humid here, man. My favorite picture of myself is holding a Cuda I caught off the Sarasota coast. Lots of fun. You'll love it. It sounds like fun. Sounds like good eating, too. All right. Black takes the 25. Black again could kill anyone. I think Black could kill Phil here easy. And I think Phil's the fish. Black misses the Phil kill here. We shall see. Looks like he's killing green instead. Black is killing the one player who won't give them a trade. Okay, so Black just throws the game here completely. He feeds the green kill. Or he feeds his own to Phil. Or both. Phil is now in a winning position. Yeah. Phil wins this turn. At least I would. Set kill green and black. No, he doesn't have a trade. Oh, you win here. You win here, Phil. Come on. Okay, he's going to take it anyways. Trigger the first trade. Nice. Good job. Set kill black. Ooh, both jokers. Wow, this game is blessed. It's so humid, you'll need a shower right as you open the door to go outside. Oh, baby. I'm ready for it, man. Anyone lives in the Keys? Do you live in the Keys? That sounds lovely, man. Nordic Noob says, I was direct hit last 2 years. Water supply generator, non-perishable food, flooding and tree damage are the real hazards. It starts in September, right when we move, eh? Oof. Well, wish me luck, man. Getting the kill. Getting the kill. Very nice, Phil. Very nice. And it's probably game here, right? What's the set? The set's going to be the 35. Is that quite enough? It's close. It's close. He has a joker. He can maybe run Magenta around the map if he has good dicey kills here. But it's a straight path. 7, 6, 5. Okay, Magenta gets a turn. If they don't set, it's game over. Even if they do... Well, if they do, they can... And they're fast, they can kill him. If they set and they're fast, they can kill him. They don't trade. And it was a blessed game all along. The dubs to Risky Phil. What an amazing map. So nice to see it. I know, Kyle. Isn't it lovely? Wouldn't we wish in our biggest dreams that we get to play these Moscow maps again? One day. We just have to ask SMG very nicely. That's the trick. He's trying to break all the bonuses. Phil says well played because he knows he wins the game. Satisfied. It's good. Solid dubs. Looks good, feels good. Congratulations to our hero of the story, Risky Phil. Beautiful work, sir. Well and truly. Tries to split a 2 to the top of the map as if that matters. Phil can still run a straight line. Boom, boom, boom. Nice floor to the map for progressive. It's like a small Pangea. I think the bonuses are big in terms of value. So this would be a pretty juicy small map. Give him a well played because he's a classy man. There you are, Phil. Classy man to the end. Ladies and gentlemen, extra special thanks to Risky Phil for giving me the permission to review the game. Do we have a connection issue? I would like you all, if you aren't familiar with his work, please go check him out on YouTube. Give him a follow. I'm going to link to Phil's channel and to this game in the show notes for this episode. And we get the dubs there. Good job, sir. Very good job. Who's ready to get your Phil at risk? I always am. And I'm so happy to see him back streaming. I think we missed Phil for about a year. Better part of a year at least. All right, folks. Where does Moscow Simple fit in the tier list for free-for-all progressive world? It's not good. I will say that. This is the worst of the 4. You see how close we are to the end of the series? It's crazy. It's a small map, so it kind of fits in the D tier, C tier. I think it's more D tier for me. Like, I like Arcane Residence. I don't like Imperium. It's here. It's actually where it is for me. I think Moscow Simple is better than Imperium, but worse than Arcane Residence. That's exactly where I put it. And what do you guys think, right? We have 6 more to go before the end of this 2-year project. We're taking a look at every map in the game, one by one, putting them into a tier list for free-for-all Progressive World. Folks, thank you for watching. Hope you all enjoyed this video. Hope you found some of it fun and entertaining, maybe even a little bit educational and informative. If you are interested in getting better at the game of Risk, I invite you to subscribe to my channels. Come along the ride with me. We have a daily show on YouTube, twice daily. In fact, you can check out Free Pete. You can subscribe. You can follow along. If 2 shows a day is not enough for you, I'm going to be posting additional bonus content on the Patreon and on the YouTube memberships. Ladies and gentlemen, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for watching. And for all of you on the path to world domination, good games and good luck.